their goal difference is already better than Bulgaria, so they'll be winners. They can't be winners. No, they can't because they're playing Bulgaria. Right, I'm going to turn the mics on, okay?
Hello and a very warm welcome back to day 6 of the TUI Soccer World Championships here in Cancun. We turn our attentions now back to Group C, a group that has simmered with tension since day 1 and arrives at this moment on a knife edge. 3 of the 4 teams still with a chance to qualify, still dreaming of some knockout stage glory. For Bulgaria, the task is survival, avoid defeat, and their journey continues. But for Canada, the stakes could not be higher. It's all or nothing, win tonight, and they carve their name into history by reaching the knockout rounds of a World Championship for the very first time. Next up, the anthems. For both of these sides, the path is crystal clear. Qualification sits firmly in their own hands. Win tonight, and they're through. There's an extra layer of pressure hanging over this one. Finishing second in the group almost certainly means a showdown with Poland in the playoffs. And that is a prospect neither team will want to face. So the mission is simple, but the stakes are enormous. I'm Rob Burke, alongside me, Martin Hopkins. Scoop.
Good afternoon.
What an exciting way to start the evening.
Yes, it is. Day 6, and we're into effectively sudden death, aren't we? This is really a knockout game, really. I know it's a group game, but clarity of purpose for Canada. They've just got to win, and I think that's a help to them. Bulgaria, they're kind of almost through already, barring a cataclysmic foul-up. But should they foul up and finish runners-up, they'll face Poland, and they won't want to do that.
They will indeed. Pressure high for both teams. You'd have to say slightly higher on the Canadians, but the message from their number 80, Balbanotti, was guys, go out, have fun, play with a smile on your face, which they have done all the way through the tournament, and Balbanotti dons the captain's armband tonight. Former pro in the Canadian Premier League. And they've turned to him a few times in this tournament. So Canada need a win, Scoop. Completely possible.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's goals in their side. We know that. They started off with a 10-1 win against Haiti. They played the reigning world champions in Oman, lost 4-2, could have done better in that game. And I think they're a good side. They've got a lot of experience all round. So it's set fair, I think, this game.
It is indeed. Speaking of goals, Bulgaria certainly found them against Haiti, a 7-2 victory for them. And a pretty solid defensive performance against Oman as well. So this one set up rather nicely then for a Group C decider. And the current world champions will watch this very closely because their fate out of their own hands.
Yeah, that's a surprise, isn't it? Their goal difference is +4. And currently that's not good enough, so that they will be hoping for a deterioration in the goal difference of Bulgaria.
They will indeed. And Canada will certainly back themselves to score a few goals today. It's their 5th tournament. And I've got to say, probably their best ever performance at a major tournament as well. That 10-1 win against Haiti. 2 hat-trick heroes on the day.
And Haiti took the lead.
Indeed, a comeback. But you mentioned, Scoop, that they could have done slightly better against Oman. They would have been disappointed. They certainly created the chances. But it was a 4-2 loss, and so they find themselves here then. A rather cagey start as the sun sets here in Cancun. The temperature will cool ever so slightly. Into Balbanotti, that's a heavy touch, and he'll look to atone for his error, which he does rather coolly. That's a lovely turn in the middle of the park. Uamah on this left-hand side now. Canada do such a brilliant job at winning it back and bursting into life. Sanchez. Again, he's done well there to retain the ball. It's Fodorov who's down. The referee's halted play, but I don't believe he's awarded a free kick. Sanchez there almost getting caught out, but no foul play.
Just the referee Kostas Koutsianis helping the young Bulgarian to his feet in an avuncular manner, and but no free kick.
Nikolic then will get us back underway. Sanchez once more, this time with a little bit more time. Not too keen to press the Canadians too high up the field. Here is Uamah. That's a lovely one too. Uamah bursting through. Early defensive duties then for Bulgaria. Uamah again. He can certainly hit them. Scored one of the goals of the tournament in the opening game.
We spoke to the Bulgarians on the eve of the tournament last year, we stood on the pitch in Oman, and they were telling us about their 34-hour journey to get to the World Cup.
Good effort there. Early shot then from Tomchev. You mentioned that 34-hour journey to get to Oman. It was just the 4 hours this time, and they certainly started the tournament with more energy. I'm sure that was a factor. There's a few teams dealing with a bit of jet lag, and Borislav Ivanov puts that one out of play. It's a little bit late now for the jet lag excuse, I think. We're well underway in the tournament, day 6.
It is, but one thing I think is a factor in this tournament, if you're going to win it, is I think that there's a difference in the group stage and the knockout stage. When you get to the knockouts, the games come so quickly that all the players are tired.
Uamar then drills it into the middle where Balbanotti was waiting. And he's got the deftest touches on him. Nearly flicked in a few in this tournament.
Yeah, just agonisingly wide that.
And now there was a chance. Balbanotti was adamant cross the line. That certainly would have been a goal of the tournament contender. Tomchev. More direct this time from Bulgaria. Ranked 20th this year. Their tournament ranking 15th, so slightly higher than the Canadians. And this is an effective break now. Right-footed effort, slotted home. Tomchev scores. He's been heavily involved in the opening stages of this game. He scored after 5 minutes against Haiti. And he's got another early one here.
Great run down that left flank from Tomchev. Received it, and the finish was just perfect. He found that far corner, no doubt about it, and that will settle Bulgarian nerves. And it will set Canadian nerves a-jangling.
Well, as if the pressure wasn't high enough, all of a sudden, Canada will have to come from one behind. We've mentioned already, they've managed that once already this tournament against Haiti. And they do have wins against sides ranked higher than them. Belgium the most notable, but they've got work to do here. They can't keep it out. It's 2 back-to-back goals in quick succession. However, it's not been given. There's questions being asked on the bench, and it might be a lifeline for Canada. A slide tackle, the ruling on the line, and Canada skating on very, very thin ice.
Oh, yes, they were backpedaling there, looking stretched already. They were opened up a little too easily. That is a definite let-off for the Canadians. Don't need to panic. Fortuitous, there's only one there behind. So they need to make the most of this second lease of life.
Well, they do indeed, and Moassar donning the number 9 jersey again. I'm told it's a little superstition thing, and well, the bit of luck he was looking for, Canada have just got it. But you can't rely on lucky jerseys for too long, Scoop.
You can't, no. Sometimes it comes down to other factors. Although you've got to do whatever you want to do to make yourself feel comfortable.
Lovely footwork from Uamar. Balbanotti on the byline. Head up looking for options. Here is Moassar and his lucky jersey.
That's careless. Just a reminder, though, that Canada were 1 down to Haiti, and they scored 10. So they shouldn't be panicking too much yet. But that's easier said than done.
It was the woodwork that was their biggest nemesis last year in Oman.
Very favourable conditions for a 5 o'clock kickoff. These games have been very, very hot on the first 5 days, but there's a nice breeze. You may see the flags fluttering over there on the far side.
Very grateful up here in the commentary box for that breeze.
It's unprecedented, isn't it, over 5 days?
Well, Bulgaria back on the ball now then. Spasov to Iliev and over to this near side. It's Petrov. They're happy to take their time, the Bulgarians. 1-0 win over Oman. Patience was key for them. They certainly back their defensive abilities, and justifiably so far, just the 2 goals conceded in the tournament. That one's long though, from Borislav Ivanov, and that is the signal for wholesale changes for Canada. Zivkovic onto the field, a man who scored a second half hat-trick against Haiti, and so arriving is the Canadian goal scorers. That's dangerous now though from Bulgaria. They've done it well to win it back, and on the turn is Asaf. Haven't quite strung it together in the final third yet, Canada. As I said, one of the, or at least one of the traits we've seen from them in this tournament is their ability to win it back in the middle of the park and break quickly and punish teams for any mistakes. Haven't quite got it going yet.
3/4 of the game to go. That's an age. No need to panic.
Zivkovic then, just looking to spin one into the area.
You never see the world #1s, Kazakhstan, panicking, do you?
You do not.
Even when they're 1-0 down and they go into stoppage time.
Well, these Canadians will certainly have their eyes on one day being world #1s. They certainly go about everything as professionally as possible. Well drilled. And one of the most improved sides that I've seen here in Cancun. So much so that they are actually one of the better sides, I'd have to say. But Bulgaria are doing a hell of a job so far. That's a lovely drop of the shoulder and a dink over the keeper. Tomchev has 2. It's a brace in the first half. And all of a sudden now, Canada in a little bit of trouble.
Well, they're going to have to find a way of dealing with the #6, Ivalo Tomchev. He is finding crucial pockets of space, and they just haven't come up with an answer to that particular conundrum. They had a let-off. He could have had a hat-trick. He had a goal chalked off, and they're going to have to find a way of dealing with him.
They will indeed. He just finds so much space there. And he's capitalised early on.
Clever player. Soccer's like 3D chess, isn't it? You've got to find the space, and some players can see it easier than others. But of course, it's easier from up here.
They've done a good job so far, Bulgaria. They've never met Canada before. Missing a few key players as well. Anzalov, Argashev, both goal scorers for Bulgaria, but they've managed without them so far. 7 in their previous game, 2 already in this one. And there is serious urgency from the coaching staff just below us.
So as it stands, Bulgaria will be on 9 points with a goal difference of +8, very much in command of the group.
And the world champions, as it stands, will be going through.
Can you see them here?
I can't.
No, I can't.
Plenty of time to go, though, and the fans over on the far side with the Canada scarves, Canada flags. They certainly won't give up. They've seen their side score plenty of goals so far. That's well worked, and a typical commentator's curse is passed out of play almost immediately.
Yeah, Bulgaria will be very much pleased with their start. 2 goals to the good, could have been 3. And no chances created by Canada. And Bulgaria moving the ball around with some zip and verve.
And so then, a Bulgarian corner, looking to further extend their lead. 13 minutes gone, it is Bulgaria who lead by 2 goals to 0. Venomous cross, and it's not cleared away yet, and in the end, well, Spasov says enough is enough.
No questions asked. Yeah, great cross, good power behind it. Wholesale changes for Canada.
Well, they're in search of goals. They'll need 3. I mentioned the players that Bulgaria are missing. Canada missing a few themselves. Hines, a player who scored all of their goals at the AmeriCup last year, missing. And there are players in there who know how to find the back of the net. Already mentioned Zivkovic, second half hat-trick.
Yeah, good player, Zivkovic. Played last year in Oman. Look, one of their better players. 46 years old, can't be easy in these conditions.
Well, on the other side of the coin,
yeah.
Tesfaye also scoring a hat-trick on the younger age of the spectrum. Long again and headed down. Sanchez just looking to tidy things up.
What great experience it is for young players, particularly. It's great experience for everyone, including us. But for the younger players playing international football, hearing the national anthem, having the honour of representing your country, it's a great experience. It can only make you a better player.
This, though, a dangerous area for Bulgaria. They've got several players who can absolutely whack them. Iliev, one of them. He's the man over the ball. It's a dummy from him. Well-worked set piece arriving late was Petrov. 3-0 to the Bulgarians.
And all scored from similar positions, the 3 goals. And that, you would think, is pretty much that. Bulgaria have come out to do what they set out to do. They've snuffed out Canada and have been well worth the 3-goal advantage.
Petrov with the goal. He arrived late to the edge of the area and tucked it home. He had a brace in his last game. 1 now in the first half. And all of a sudden, the Canadians have a sizable mountain to climb. Uama dinking one forward. Well defended by Bulgaria. They'll have to reload and go again. Balbanotti looking to make something happen. Sanchez, not far away. Sanchez, a player with experience in the Australian second division. Probably used to the goals being a little bit bigger.
Completely different game, isn't it? So much faster soccer. That's the feedback from many of the players.
Indeed, and it's a quick turf this as well. We thought it might be due to the wet surface in the first few days of the competition, but it's been pretty dry, and still the ball is zipping about.
Latvia had 121 full international caps in their side. A lot of experience, and they still went out and only got 1 point.
Well, there we are, a different game. Here is Iliev charging forward, just looking to poke it through. Sanchez picks it up. Balbanotti, the danger man. That's a lovely ball. Uama arriving at the back stick, but just ahead of the winger.
Canada really needs something just before half-time. And that would make Stanislav Jasic, the head coach's talk, a little bit different. There'd be some light at the end of the tunnel.
It would certainly spark the hopes of the fans in the stand opposite us on their feet, and they've been cheering on their side. It's an afternoon kickoff if you're watching back in Canada.
In fact, Jasic encouraging his team forward. Telling them, let's go.
Balbanotti. Uama. Just looking to switch to play a very interesting looking ball. For a moment it looked dangerous.
Oh, that was a delicious ball, wasn't it?
It was the vision.
Yeah. The
execution, well, that's another story, but I love seeing players get their heads up and create opportunities like that. In fact, they've awarded a penalty for a slide.
Yeah, well, the defender had to do that, otherwise the Canadian player was in.
Well, forgive me, I was so enamoured by the quality of the pass.
Well, it always takes us, there's always a short delay, and there is one now, as that decision is being checked by VAR. And it's only when the referee points to the edge of the area and then to the halfway line, like he is now, that we know that it is a soccer penalty.
Penalty is the decision then. Canada needing a win. And the hopes of a nation on the captain's shoulders. It's Balbanotti over the ball. His message to his team before the game was go out and play with a smile on your face. Well, he has a look of conviction on his. Balbanotti trotting up to the area, right-footed, saved by the goalkeeper. Still play continues, and Balbanotti is denied. Just before the break, it would have been a perfect time to score, but Borislav Ivanov makes a wonderful save and denies the Canadian captain.
And Bulgaria on the attack now. Things could go from bad to worse.
A save from Nikolic needed before the break then.
Well, you get the feeling that extinguishes Canada hopes.
Well, they won't stop believing, although a goal there would have done their chances a lot of good. Mohasa. Andrijanic, that's a neat switch of play over to the far side. Asaf chips it to the edge of the area. Dispossessed though. And Bulgaria charging forward, left-footed effort into the side netting.
They do look vulnerable down that particular flank.
They do indeed.
Deep inside stoppage time in this first half. I think 2 minutes are going to be added or so.
There is the half-time whistle then. Bulgaria in control, 3 goals to the good as they sit top of Group C. Not the first half the Canadians were hoping for. They were thrown a lifeline right at the end of the half. A penalty that Balbanotti just couldn't finish off. And so then at the break scoop, it is Bulgaria 3, Canada 0.
Yep. Canada didn't find an answer to the Ivalo Tomchev problem. He was causing all sorts of problems down the Canadian right, the Bulgarian left. He got 2 goals. He could have had a third. And once they'd shut that particular shop up, Petrov got another one 3 minutes before half-time. Missed a penalty. Bulgaria were really opened up for the first time. A delicious ball from Canada. The defender had no choice but to go in for a slide challenge. They were presented with an opportunity on the plate, but the penalty was missed. And so at half-time, it's Bulgaria 3, Canada 0.
Indeed. And Bulgaria, well, they've looked wonderfully effective moving forward. A little bit of ill discipline creeping in at the end of the half. Now, last year at the Euro Cup, they received the most yellow cards, 8 in total. If there is a downfall for the Bulgarians, might it be their discipline?
Yeah, it could be. Because as we've seen in this format of the game, things happen when players are given yellow cards, because anything can happen. Suddenly, it gives the opposition a lift when you know you've got a numerical advantage. And so many goals in soccer are scored when a yellow card has been given to the other team. So difficult to defend against. So they will be hoping to see out the 20 minutes of the second half without further incident.
And speaking of last year's Euro Cup, Bulgaria making it to the quarter-final of that competition, where they lost to Oman. Now, we've already seen Bulgaria beat Oman 1-0 this time around.
Yeah, great result for them.
And so might they dream of perhaps reaching the latter stages of this competition?
Oh, absolutely. They would have to play, if they top the group, the team that does top the group would have to play Argentina or Paraguay. Most likely Argentina, because Paraguay would have to beat Poland. And they would fancy their chances. Argentina, of course, have got the great Patricio Malizia. And I wouldn't say they're a one-man team, but if you could shut him down, he is their main creative influence. I'd say that Bulgaria are the better all-round team. So yes, in answer to your question, I think they can. Quarterfinals, easily a prospect for them.
Well then, another half of soccer action ahead. The pressure very much on Canadian shoulders. The work was done quickly at the break by the head coach Stanislav Jasic and the management team that is Dmitry Akimov and Milosevic alongside him.
He is the Jasic, the coach of Gotham Futsal Club. I wonder if it's taken its name from elsewhere. Gotham in Nottinghamshire, that is.
Second half underway then. Canada need to win. Bulgaria, as it stands, will top the group and have a far easier ride once they're in the knockout stages. Second place face Poland. And right now, Bulgaria, well, it won't be them. Left-footed effort early on. Big save from Nikolic. He's done a great job since replacing Horans Zemo in the Canadian goal.
Left flank again.
Corner play deep. Bulgaria in no hurry.
They've obviously done their homework, Bulgaria, and decided that the Canadian right was a little vulnerable. And that's where all three of their goals have come from.
Well, it was Tomchev with a brace in the first half and a lovely set-piece routine that Petrov managed to finish. 3 goals to the good. Nikolic going long, headed away with authority to the danger man. In fact, it's Genov. Not a bad effort from the number 8.
And a lovely save. Fingertips just outstretched there. Tipped it around the post. Good save, good goalkeeping.
Ivanov then wandering over to take the corner. A fourth. And a difficult circumstance becomes an almost impossible one to overcome for Canada, you'd imagine.
In terms of the overall contest, what we would like to see is Canada get a couple of goals, and then we get the excitement of the rush goalkeepers. Yeah, I love that, don't you? It's great.
Absolutely. Building from the back then, Ali Manovic. Tesfaye dispossessed. Just chipping at the heels was Ali Manovic. Concedes the kick in. Spasov. He's been such a good player for Bulgaria in this competition. They've won it back though, high up the field of Canada. Ali Manovic wasting no time getting things back underway. Well, they're keen and they're well up for this one, Bulgaria.
They can expect the kitchen sink chucked at them. As Canada give it everything.
Sooner rather than later, you'd imagine. Zivkovic. Well, again, I'm not sure whether that was a pass or a shot. I think it was meant for test fight.
I think I picked up a bit of the half-time talk from the Canadian bench, and the gist of it was, don't leave this tournament with any regrets.
On the counter now, Bulgaria, a big foot in there. And a right-footed effort. Asaf wasn't far away. Scored a brace against Oman. Last year's competition.
Yeah, needed to be in the opposite corner, then it would have caused the goalkeeper some problems.
Mohasa.
We've got a packed schedule this evening, don't forget, here on day 6. Up next, do stick around for that. We've got the Czech Republic against Greece, those two teams through. Those two teams vying for top spot in the group.
Big games to come indeed. This one, though, not over. 16 minutes to go. 3 goals needed now. It wasn't long ago that France had 3 minutes to go with 3 goals needed. And they began scoring goals almost immediately after I said that. So then, can Canada do the same? Drilled, looking for somebody in the area. Blocked, though, on its way in there. Mohasa. All the way back to Nikolic. Balbanotti back on the field. The penalty miss gone from his mind. He'll be doing everything he can to atone for the error. He's got the captain's armband tonight and he's earned it as well. He's been brilliant, and here he is again. Balbanotti, left-footed, high and wide.
I just wonder if missing a soccer penalty is an error. Because I think more, I'd have to see the stats.
I'd have to say you've got to score from a soccer penalty. There is,
I think, more a miss than a scored.
More than one type of technique. In this situation, well, when you're 3 goals down, needing a win, you have to score. Here come Bulgaria, left-footed.
Tomchev again.
There will be a corner.
Afforded the space in the Canadian defence. They've got to close him down. He's still causing problems.
In the context of the game, Balbanotti certainly needed to score.
Yes, of course, yeah.
And the way he approaches the game, I think he'll mark it down as a mistake. Takes the game very seriously. He has rather led the team this tournament. A compelling speech to his teammates pre-game. Work to do. Chipped into the middle. And a rather tame effort from Fotorov.
I've seen a few soccer penalties now. And
they're not easy.
They're not easy. And I think I've seen what, in my opinion, is the best way to take them. Let's see how this attack turns out.
Uoma digs it into the number 7. Spasov, a tall figure to beat from that closer range. Balbanotti through the legs of the opposition and into the arms of Ivanov. How would you take your soccer penalty then?
Advance at great speed towards the goal at a spot just outside the penalty area.
Canada on the attack. We'll get back to that as Uoma drills 1-0. Balbanotti couldn't quite get there. And they're attacking at some serious pace now. Canada, Jouali with the latest attempt.
This is more like it.
They've just upped the ante a little bit here, Canada. Sanchez, left-footed, high and wide. So, Scoop, you've approached the area at high velocity. What's next?
At that sweet spot, the perfect spot, not too close, not too far away, then drill it low and hard into the corners. Once you're into the trying to dribble around the goalkeeper, that's when the problems occur.
Uoma from distance. Uoma, big save. Well, Borislav Ivanov, a big reason why the Bulgarian clean sheet is still intact. Balbanotti to the byline. Uama, first time delivery, nobody in the area though. And that telepathic play that we've seen from Canada this tournament, just not quite clicking.
And this is as cool as it has been in these conditions as it has been in the entire 6 days we've been here.
Muhammad having to tidy things up, one-on-one defending there with Tomchev. Tomchev, of course, on a hat-trick. What a time it would be to score a hat-trick. You'd feel that should he achieve it, it would be game, set, match.
Next goal decisive, Rob?
Well, certainly if Bulgaria are the ones who score it. From the dead ball then, Spasov down to the near touchline, and slightly lackluster again, but they are 3 goals to the good. We'll let them off for now. Mohasa to Uama. Beats his man, but a good recovery going the other way now. Fotorov and a big save from Nikolic again, keeping his side. He's got experience playing out in Serbia, does Nikolic?
I think he is Serbian.
Pretty imperious figure in the Canada goal.
Good shot that was, right into the corner.
Well, there is the final nail in the coffin, you'd imagine. 10 minutes to go, Bulgaria 4 goals to the good. And it's Petrov at the double.
Well, there we go. We said the next goal would be crucial, and 10 minutes into the second half, we've found out the answer, and it is Bulgaria, barring a miraculous turnaround, that will be progressing into the knockout stages, topping the group, and facing, in all probability, Argentina.
Well, Canada's neighbours, the USA, have already thrown a few Hail Marys. Uama! Well, they're back in it. Seconds after the goal was scored that looked like killed the dreams of the Canadians. It's Uama who brings them back to life. A brace against Haiti. He was their top scorer in the Copa America this year. And that could be a crucial goal regarding their World Championship hopes.
Well, you're never more vulnerable than when you score a goal to conceding one. And the Bulgarians guilty there of dreaming of the knockout stages, thinking the job was done.
Well, it's a tough ask. They still need 4 goals. But 10 minutes, or 9 minutes should I say, is a long old time in soccer. Hitimana, Sanchez, Uama, the goal scorer. Hitimana again, sweeps it forward, moving it just a little bit quicker now. Balbanotti dropping into the quarterback role. Just looking to pull the strings from deep. That's a heavy touch from Uama, atones for his error, winning it back. Now, I've got to say, I'm not sure there was any contact there. Bought and paid for from the Bulgarian.
Umar's eyes were bulging at the official there in disbelief, weren't they?
They were indeed. Tomchev, the player, fouled.
But no dissent. Canadian bench very vociferous, offering every encouragement they can.
Certainly very vocal. They'll still believe 8 minutes on the clock. 4 goals needed for Canada. Iliev moving it quickly now. It's fallen to Balbanotti. And they've done magnificently well there. Fotorov just to deflect it off his Canadian opponent. Double up is the call, and double up is what they do. Alex Foley over there.
Just a little bit more asked for from the Canadians, from the coaching staff.
Nikolic assessing his options. Sanchez to his left. Hitimana. They're going backwards, not the direction they want to be headed, but it's a solid shape for Bulgaria. Good control from Tesfaye. Out wide to Uama. And in there again, Petrov. Uama in the area. Anywhere will do for now. Tesfaye then, corner to Canada. They need a goal ASAP. Hitimana, though, couldn't quite wrap his foot around that one. And it's wide. 6 minutes to go. Time ticking away.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed, Rob. As a neutral, I like to see the rush goalkeepers come on. It's the excitement you get in soccer when an outfield player goes in goal as teams go for broke.
Well, Bulgaria will be delighted if it does stay like this. They finished 3rd last year in Oman. It was a tough group with Serbia and Germany. Proved to be a pretty tough group this year as well. They won 2 of their games, lost 2 of their games. Qualified in 3rd place as well from the Euro Cup this year. In fact, they were the team with the fewest points to qualify. They only had 1 point.
Oh, wow.
And made it to the knockout stages. This time, should it stay like this, they'll qualify with 9.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
100% record. Healthy goal difference. You can't ask for much more than that. They showed their quality, Bulgaria, in beating the reigning world champions.
Petrov teasing to sprint forward there, and in the end opts for the sensible option. They tend to do that more often than not. Not a team that take too many risks. That's a lovely bit of skill in the middle of the park, and that is a foul from Tomchev. And Tomchev will go into the sin bin, and his hat-trick will have to wait, and there won't be long to get it when he returns.
Right, now we've got a really exciting portion of the game coming up. 2 minutes. A numerical disadvantage for Bulgaria. Invariably, these are the situations in which goals are scored. Can Canada get a couple?
Sanchez to Tesfaye. Probing now, Canada. Back to Sanchez. Balbanotti, he'll look to make something happen from range. Over the top. Just hasn't quite found the mark today, Balbanotti. But I think more that is to do with how solid the Bulgarian defence have been.
You know, Bulgaria would have wanted an easy second half, because the group winners, and it looks like being Bulgaria, will be playing at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the heat of the day, and they would have wanted to conserve every ounce of energy.
Hitimana. Sanchez. To the byline it goes. No route through so far. Here's a man who can certainly find one. Balbanotti drills it into the area, and Bulgaria managed to get it clear. Canada have certainly built on their quarter-final loss in the Copa America earlier this year out in Brazil. It was their best performance all tournament, Sanchez from range. But they were beaten in the end on penalties by Peru. But since their first tournament, since their first appearance in soccer, they've been ever improving. Uama's there, and arriving was Asaf. But again, a strong block inside the area denies the Canadians. Sanchez, Asaf, moving it quickly now. Tesfaye delivered. Asaf in the middle. Balbanotti. They've certainly identified him as the danger man.
Bulgaria have done well. Tomchev back on, back up to the full complement of players.
Tesfaye working hard over on the left-hand side to try and deliver the ball. Balbanotti again beats his man. Back out to Tesfaye. Tesfaye right-footed. Again, a green jersey in the way. Uamar, that's a lovely turn. Balbanotti in the middle, and they couldn't quite get it through. Tesfaye denied. Bulgaria heading the other way. Important from Sanchez. Asaf out to Uamar. Couldn't quite keep it in fact, got there, but it dribbles out as the dial ticks into the final minute of the game. Bulgaria 4, Canada 1. And the ball, from a Canadian point of view, is at the wrong end of the field. As the floodlights switch on, Canada need to do the same, and quickly. Balbanotti dispossessed, a dangerous area now for Bulgaria. Numbers at the far stick. Oh. And how on earth Alexov has put that over the bar, I'll never know. Fortunately for him, his side has a 3-goal advantage.
Yeah, showed a bit of inexperience there, Alexov. That was the chance to put the game to bed.
Balbanotti didn't quite catch that as well as he could. And Bulgaria in no rush. A quick glance at the clock from Spasov. And a thump upfield.
I wonder if Canada feel they should have started with greater intensity.
Well, there is a mistake, and a mistake the kind that pressure causes. Uamar urgently trying to get play back underway. Instead surrendering possession. He's been lively today, Uamar. And I think in fairness, it's been the Bulgarian defence that have stole the show. Ali Manovic, the substitute goalkeeper, and well, if it isn't already done, it would have been had that slotted home. That's the risk you take. Canada then looking to go out on a high. The clock very much in the red. Uamar to Balbanotti. Uamar again, just looking for a yard of space. Wide, and there is the full-time whistle then. Bulgaria 4, Canada 1. It's knockout stage soccer for Bulgaria. They top Group C. Canada, it was a win or nothing. And unfortunately for the Canadians, a much improved Canada side, that is the end of the road. Now, Scoop, there will be another member of Group C absolutely delighted with what they've just seen, and that is the world champions, Oman.
Yep, Oman will progress. They will go through. Canada needed to win to top the group and go through. And Oman had to have their fingers crossed, but this comprehensive win means the reigning world champions are through. So we have a mouth-watering clash between the 2024 world champions Oman and, for many people, the best team at the tournament, Poland, in the last 16. That is a titanic clash that will take place tomorrow. As for Bulgaria, they will, in most probability, play Argentina, although it could be Paraguay, but in all probability it will be the Argentinians. Canada, they never really recovered from that nightmare start. Tomchev causing them all sorts of problems. 2 goals for him in the opening 12 minutes. A third chalked out. And Petrov got a third before half-time. There was a crucial lifeline for Canada. That was the decisive moment of the game. The soccer penalty was missed. And there was a further goal from Petrov, and only a consolation for Canada, scored by the number 11, Yasin Umar. It has finished Bulgaria 4, Canada 1.
Job done then in the first game of this evening's session. Don't go anywhere. Up next, it's Czechia against Greece.